I built a working Heathrow Airport and adopt me, and this is crazy. You can board planes, take off, and fly all the way to a massive island across the ocean. Just wait until you see what's there. Let's walk into Terminal 2. This terminal has airlines in the Star Alliance. Let me show you the luggage drop-off. There's an area for Ethiopian Airlines, Copa Airlines, ANA, Ava Air, Thai, Swiss, Turkish Airlines, and TAP Air Portugal. I've been on some of those airlines before in real life. You drop off your luggage here at the conveyor belt. Everyone's suitcase goes into the airplane's cargo, and the staff members sit here. The suitcases don't just disappear though. They end up on this luggage cart at the end. Now let's progress on to security. We need this to keep everyone safe. Over here you must empty any liquids over 100 milliliters. Then put your bags, hoodies, and everything else into a crate. They'll get scanned to make sure you don't have anything suspicious. Then you collect them back over here. Time to walk through here. This will check I don't have any metal on me. Let me see what happens if I walk through with a sword. Got beeped. Now I have to look at this person and put my arms out wide. Well, we learned our lesson. Let's check out the airport's shops. First up is Wagamama, a Japanese noodle restaurant. I absolutely love their food. If you live in England, you'll probably recognize these places. Here I made edamame and yase yaki soba. They're actually delicious. I use mac and cheese as pasta in role plays. Time to explore the next shop. It's Waterstones, a bookstore. Look at this equation. Water plus stones equals Waterstones. There's no stone pet. I had to use the rock. Then there's the books, non-fiction, economic, history, and travel. There's also a kids section for 3 to 8-year-olds. Obviously, I had to add the teddy bears, and the colorful floor turned out amazing. You can also grab a cup of tea and custard donuts. Now let's go to the next store. It's Boots. Here you can buy sandwiches and other snacks. I usually pick up sandwiches at an airport. Boots is more of a pharmacy though. Here's the checkout where you can pay. And special creams, perfumes for your flight. Also lots of shampoo. Next up is Yo Sushi. Here you can get fresh Japanese food like sushi and soy sauce. Sushi is basically a tiny bit of fish with rice around, wrapped in seaweed. It tastes way better than it sounds. Here's an arrivals board with lots of flights that just landed. Of course, Heathrow is an international hub, so there's lots of countries. Here's the departure board. We're going on the flight to Lanzarote by British Airways. Here are the boarding gates. There's Air Mauritius, All Nippon Airways, Fiji Airways operating the world's longest flight, and British Airways that we're going on. First, let's go to the air traffic control tower. Working elevator. Now we have a sky view of the runway. Now let's board our flight to the island. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this British Airways flight to Lanzarote. The current local time is 16:56 and the weather in the destination is 30°C. Please put your window blinds up, tray tables in the upright position, and put all devices on airplane mode. Fasten your seatbelt and pull the strap to tighten it. In the unlikely event of an emergency, follow the illuminated lights to your nearest emergency exit door. Read the safety card in your seat pocket for more information. Enjoy your flight with British Airways. Thank you. Look at all these airlines I built like Air India and Lufthansa. Then there's Swiss here, which is obviously from Switzerland. And a Thai Airlines, which is double-decker. For those aviation enthusiasts, yep, it's in a 380. So big! Here's a British Airways, a 320 Neo. Prepare for takeoff. It's going to be very fast like real life. Do your ears ever pop on a plane because of the sudden change in altitude? We are in the air. I really love taking my friends on flights here. We're going over the sea. By the way, I hit the furniture limit in this house. Look how high we're going. At the time of editing this right now, there's a plane flying above my house, such a coincidence. I love changing the ambience when flying. It's a beautiful sunset orange. Now we're in pitch black darkness. Look at all the bright lights below. I think I'll change it back to sunset to land. Let's start our descent into this tropical paradise. This is a perfect island for the hot summer. Watch this amazing landing. Look, a plane crashed in a jungle. We have to check that out. Cabin crew, please return to your seats. Welcome to Lanzarote. This airport is plain, but there's a helicopter pad. I changed the ambience today. We can take a taxi to the resort, but I want to take the train to the jungle. There's 4 stations on the line: airport, resort, jungle, and beach. Look at this train buffer. I love how the train route turned out. Of course, there's the yellow line you have to stay behind. And there's no gap between the train and the platform. Let's drive this train. We will go to the beach and then the jungle. For any builders, I used rectangular wood beams for the track. Anyways, I'll speed this up or it will be a long ride. We have arrived at the jungle, crossing the tracks. I made this jungle really green. And there's the plane crash. It's Air India. That's because Air India crashed when I made this house in 2025. I don't think this could have gone any better. And it's tilted on a mountain for extra realism. Planes don't crash straight. Oh yes, before I forget to tell you, I was the only builder of this house. Look at how the engines are on fire. Let's look inside the plane. The chairs are wonky and upside down. My friend Kida Milano also saw this house. She didn't record, but it's cool that an influencer saw. Now let's head back to the tracks and drive to the beach. Get ready to go through a dark tunnel. On the other side of the tunnel is the beach. Okay, I can't wait for you to see this. Look at how cool and dark this is. I did a curved shape to make it have more depth. We are now approaching the beach, this train's final destination. Welcome into the bright sunlight. Now let me show you the beach and bar. There are beach chairs, umbrellas, and towels. So calm, relaxing on the golden sand. This is a beach bar with a food hygiene of 4/5. Perfect to go out with your friends. This beach bar serves pancakes, apple pie, lemonade, and matcha donuts. Loads of yummy foods. Lemonade is perfect. It's expensive to eat here, but honestly, I love matcha in real life. That's why I did matcha donuts. In real life at a restaurant, I had deep-fried bao buns with matcha ice cream, a weird combination. Look at this slide. Super fun. Let's head down to an Italian restaurant. After that, I'll show you the resort. I saved the best for last. Welcome to Sesto Senso Italiano. The food hygiene rating is 5. This is a welcoming beige restaurant. There's seating, tables, and wall art. We can order milkshakes, pasta, and of course, pizza, ranging from €6 to €12. Let's get some food. This is a decadent chocolate milkshake topped with luxurious whipped cream and vanilla marshmallows. Here is pasta, definitely not macaroni cheese from Temu. Okay, we don't talk about that. Enjoy your pasta. And here is pizza. I'll make one with tomato sauce, cheese, and peppers. Not gonna add pepperoni, but it's an option. Now we have to bake it in our wood-fired pizza oven. I love restaurant pizza in real life. What's your favorite pizza restaurant? Yay, it's ready! This is delicious. Now let's go to the resort. Over here is a fun hot tub to relax in, only for members staying at Resort Deluxe. Let's head into a shop called Surf and Splash. There's loads of beach equipment here. Floaties, beach balls, and surfboards. Oops, a worker spilled their ice cream. Now they have a mess to clear up. Here's the window where you pay. This shop accepts lots of currencies. Time to head into the actual resort. There's 2 beach huts you can stay in. They're both identical but have a slightly different view. Outside there's a fireplace and hammock. Inside is a TV and chairs, snack table, shower, sink, and bed. The other beach hut is identical. Outside there's obviously a lot of entertainment. Here is a nighttime dance party area. And there's a nice warm jacuzzi to relax in. This is part of the spa. Here's the spa pool, a shallow and deep section. Look at the difference between shallow and deep. It's so fun to go in here because of the water levels. This is done by a slightly tilted floor panel underneath. Here's the hot, humid sauna. So much powder and smoke. Here are the food stands in the layout of a vintage tram. So much food here. The CBD cookies, I used 1 jar here. And more pizza. Let's check out the pools now with the water slides. This is the shallow kid pool, unicorn and rainbow themed. Let's go on the working slide. Whee! Yay! Now let's go into the deep pool. Get ready. Whee! Anyways, that's the whole house. I hope you liked it. Rate this house with your opinions in the comments. I would love to know. Thank you so much for staying until now and have a wonderful day.